Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are finally here at the finale of The Next Prince, which is episode 14. Feels like it's been a long time coming. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Also, I heard the runtime is like an hour and a half. So it's gonna be a long one today. Although if you're watching on YouTube, it will be cut. But nevertheless, let's jump into it. But before we do that, I'm wearing this top, which I would wear to the Renaissance Fair, a flower crown, and that's just, I'm a princess. That's the vibes we're serving today. It's giving princess, okay? All right, so before we jump into it, make sure you're subscribed, give this video a like. Don't forget to let me know what you think about the episode down below. And without further ado, let's get into the finale for The Next Prince. Oh, they changed the theme song again. Stand by what I said last week. Why did they randomly change the theme song? But now it's back to Above, or the orchestration version of Above. I have so many questions, but are you guys ready to jump into this? I think we're gonna head straight to the competition where clearly Conan will be winning. Unless they decide to shock all of us. But that would be very shocking if Conan did not win. There is barely anyone watching this match in person. You would think all of the royals would have shown up. But maybe that's just me. And like the nobility class too, because clearly that exists. I'm surprised they're not there. You know what I never considered until today? This means that Taran is a good fencer too. We never saw him fence. Because clearly Taran won the competition for his dad. I would have liked to see him fence. It also doesn't help that I ship him with Conan's other father. Might as well just make it official. You're both his dads. Get married. They rarely answer my question. They answered my question about why there was no audience. Makes sense now for safety reasons because of the coup. Okay, this soundtrack eats. Listen, I might have a lot to say about the plot. I might have a lot to say about character development, but one thing that they got right was these orchestrations. Paying for a full orchestra and like a composer, I think was worth it. It really gives the show like, I don't know, it's so like pleasing to hear all of this in a way. At least to me. Music is a huge part of like mood and tone setting, and sometimes something that'll annoy me is when I hear the same stock song that's free use used in multiple series. Like, it's so funny. So I used to work for a university, and there was like a stock song that we had in one of our like marketing things, and that same stock song is used in so many dramas too. So every time I hear it, I'm like, so I just love like how original the soundtrack is. Yeah. I'm surprised Ramil is doing so well. He doesn't have the stamina though. Conan has the stamina to take him on. I'm confused what happened there, but it seems like everyone's happy about it. That was cool though. He jumped. It's actually really interesting to put these two against each other for a lot of reasons, but thinking about like the physicality, they both have advantages that the other doesn't. Like Conan is smaller, so he can like navigate around a lot like quicker, and but Ramil has his height, and there's advantages that comes with that too. So it's a very interesting thing, and you know they've been trying to set them up as foils of each other, and so having foils face off, well, that is a lot of times what happens to foils. But this is the final episode. Maybe Ramil will finally stand up to him. Excuse me? Oh, Rajetta's downfall needs to happen immediately. Well, Peitai couldn't stay away, I guess. I guess in a way that's probably very comforting for Ramil to see right now. Also, he looks really good in that outfit. I'm actually surprised at how well matched they are, like, ability-wise. But, I mean, it makes sense. They've both been training likely fencing since they were children, right? So, it makes sense that they would be pretty equally matched, but nevertheless, still good to see. I can see this coming a mile away. Conan's gonna offer a hand to help him up. And he took it. Okay. This is what I like to see. They are so evenly matched. It's a very interesting choice that they're choosing to make them so easily matched. Foils. But something I do wish to say here is I do mourn their friendship, or not friendship, their reluctant relationship from the novel. I remember thinking that they had like such a fun dynamic, and we haven't seen that in the series. And like something I keep asking myself is like, why would you commission a novel? Because The Next Prince was written for Demundi, but then not have it follow like the plot, like not have your series follow the same plot and not have it like have a lot of the same like key points. It just doesn't make sense to me if you're going to commission IP and have that intellectual property have like, well, I don't want to speak too soon, but at least so far it has not really followed the novel whatsoever. Like, I think there was fake dating in the novel, wasn't there? And so like, I don't know. And the other plot point that I remember the most that I really like am sad about is that the fencing competition was a team activity and each of them had a team. And so yeah, I just wonder like why they would have the novel written with certain plot points, because they definitely controlled what was written in the novel, but then why would they not enact that in the series? Or if what they're enacting in the series, why doesn't the novel reflect what's in the series? It's just a very interesting choice that was made. So he won? Not surprised. Here's the question. Will they enact a democracy?
ยินดีด้วยนะน้องชายครับเป็นพี่ดามิน
Sportsmanship is not dead. Rajetta, I hope Ramil puts you in your place, because this behavior has gone on unchecked for far too long.
เจ้าชายรัชตะให้กระหม่อมมาตามไปพบพะยะค่ะ
That's really sad. What the heck? He clearly wants to go talk to him, but his dad's like, oh yeah, let me verbally abuse you instead. I spoke too soon.
กระหม่อมอยากเป็นลูกที่ดีกระหม่อมอยากเป็นท่านชายที่ดีกระหม่อมพยายามที่จะเป็นคนรักที่ดีแต่เสด็จพ่อก็เอาทุกอย่างของกระหม่อมไป
Whoa. You took everything from me. Get his ass, Ramil. Get him. Okay, so we've said, yay, get his ass. Let me say, this also probably should have happened earlier in the narrative. From a writing perspective. But we're happy, at least, that Rajetta, you're done. Ramil is done with you, man. I'm glad he has the courage, but based on his character development arc and the way it was going, it probably should have happened sooner than this. But put Rajetta in his place, Ramil. Good job.
ฉันต่างหากที่ให้แกทุกสิ่งทุกอย่าง
This is not a helpful point, and this is like where my like sassiness a little bit comes out. Because if I was in, I don't actually know what I would do if I was in a situation like this. But here's what I want to say to Rajetta right now. Rajetta, you didn't win the competition either. When it was your turn, you didn't win. Holding me to a higher standard than you.
เสด็จพ่อเคยคิดจะถามถึงกระหม่อมบ้างไหมทำไม
Exactly. And when he fell during rehearsal, theater kid Brindley came out. When he fell during practice, did his dad help him up? No, he looked at him and said, "Get up." But you know who did show him kindness and helped him get up? Conan. So yeah, Rajetta, why would he have loyalty to you?
กระหม่อมจะไม่อยู่ภายใต้คำสั่งของพระองค์อีก
Oh, damn. That almost sounds like he was resigning the crown. Metaphorically, because obviously they're just princes. They don't have I didn't mean like, I hope you guys know I didn't mean like being king. I mean like, it sounds like he's like, I'm not going to play your games. I'm not going to be the prince anymore. That's what it sounds like to me. Don't hold his hand. Don't give this man anything he wants. I have a feeling he's going to die without ever having been held accountable for his actions. I mean, at least he's passing from a disease that he caused, right? Like the lung disease thing. But he essentially was doing unethical things in his country that led to many, many deaths. I'm not ready to forgive him, and I hope the show doesn't forgive him either. And of course, Conan accepts his apology because Conan's a good person and he's kind. I don't judge him for doing that, but I don't think the show should forgive him, and neither should we, the audience. Conan can do that, though, because he's allowed to do that. It's a rule I made up just now. Oh, he passed. The king's dead, but he didn't technically face any repercussions, I guess, for his actions. So I'm not very happy about that. I wish he'd gotten like a life sentence or something. But it's okay. We can't all get what we want. The narrative is being very kind to the king, and I think that's an interesting choice. Of course, in this scene, like, all of us viewers are like, oh yes, we like Chiron. But I'm sure most of us are like, thumbs down to the king. But it's very interesting to see, like, I don't know, it just feels very, well, aristocracy, you know what I mean? You know, trying to, it's like when, I mean, I guess remembering the good things and the bad things someone does in their life, but still. Okay, no, now that I've thought about it more, it makes sense, because, like, he was someone who was important to Chiron in his life, so it makes sense, but I still don't like the king.
Ramin.
Good for you! Walk away and don't speak to that man. Good job. Good job, Ramil, setting boundaries and keeping to them. I'm so proud of you, man. I really like this outfit for Conan. It's simple but also extravagant at the same time and still has some flair. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is the sash, but like oh my god, is it braiding? I really like that. That's a good choice. And they're still incorporating lace because they seem to be using lace with him a lot. I like this one. I like this costume.
อยากทำอะไรต่อจากนี้พอจะบอกได้ไหมเพคะ
What does he want to do next? I'm guessing go back to England. Oh no, if I was the PR person in that room, I'd be like, no. Oh no, he's throwing the notes that we prepped him on away. That is like a PR person's nightmare when you prep someone and like give them talking points and then you can tell that they're like put them aside. Oh, you're like, oh shoot, this could go one of two ways. It could be great or it could be a disaster. With Conan, we know it'll be great, but in the real world, it can often be a disaster.
เจ้าชายจะไม่ตอบตามสคริปต์หรือกระหม่อม
Chakri being the PR person. What happened to the script? You know, that can be better. And I trust Conan's ability to speak. but it also stresses me out.
ขอเชิญองครักษ์คู่ใจไปเต้นรำกับเราได้ไหม
Okay, can I just say, let me compliment the hair again. I love Conan's hair in this scene. I don't know, it like when they make it stick up like that, it looks so cute. Well, congratulations to Charan and Conan for getting to dance with each other at the ball again. I want to know what Dad thinks about this relationship. I know we're probably never going to get that scene, but I would love to see them tell their tell Conan's parents that they're in a relationship. But I think Taran already knows for sure. Well, now everybody knows. Again.
ตอนนี้มีอย่างหนึ่งที่มินตอบได้
That you want to be with Charan? Did I guess it?
มินอยากอยู่กับพี่ด
A bard's intuition is never wrong. I really like the way they're shooting this scene. Ballroom scenes are some of my favorites when watching Bridgerton. And this also kind of gives me that vibe. I wonder if the camera's on a dolly for part of it, if that's what's happening. No, it wouldn't be a dolly. Would it? I don't know. However they're doing it, I think it's pretty. I like the way they're filming it. I'm just gonna start calling this balcony Conan's balcony, because he's always out here.
ทำไมถึงมาอยู่ที่นี่กันล่ะ
Aaron, once again, proves to me why I like him, because if it was the king or some other royal, he would have just been like, why are you out here? But no. He recognizes and respects that Charan's presence is out here too. I like him a lot.
เขาจะไม่ขีดทางเดินให้
He's such a good dad, because clearly I think he wants to go back to London. Also, you spoke with interesting. It's like you're making parenting decisions together. Why not just get married? Wherever this is gorgeous. Oh my god. I wonder what beach this is. It's beautiful. I love the beach though. I'm biased. My Shayla! Hello? I was not expecting this. Honestly, at the beginning of the episode, I thought we wouldn't see him at all.
ชอบบัตรเป็นไงบ้างอะ
These two are hopeless. They just need to get back together already. After having an open and honest discussion about what happened, I feel like something I would have done if I was the writer. Something I would have done if I was the writer was, if this beach is like significant to Pitai's character, we would have established that more than just the painting. Maybe like a little flashback moment of, maybe because what it is they had a good time there. You know what I mean? Just a little flashback montage moment in an episode in the first or second act of the series where we see that. So that this feels like not random. Because my first thought is, this is very random. Why is Peitai at the beach? Because I would expect like Jay to be at the beach, because he lives at the beach. You see what I'm saying? And I knew you would be there because I saw your painting. Well, what's the significance? What's the significance of the painting? And that's what makes me think a little flashback scene where they like are happy and having fun. Like in the first or second act of the series, that would have made it feel a lot more narratively justified. Wow, I'm kind of like script doctoring this, which is not even what I intend to do normally with my reactions, but sometimes it turns into that, right? Because it's my reaction to script doctor, I guess.
ท่านชายโดนลงโทษอะไรมาหรือเปล่าพะยะค่ะ
This selfless man. This man is he has clearly already forgiven Ramil, which I think is very interesting. And again, this is the issue with that situation happening last episode and not a few episodes ago. It just feels very quick. But, of course, he loves him down. He is going to forgive him. I wonder if he's going to ask for forgiveness. But I guarantee you this scene will last maybe 30 seconds more. But will I somehow talk about it for longer than that? Likely. Now this is surprising. He's just breaking down. Good job, Ramil. I'm so glad that last week when I was like, it could go one of two ways. He could break or he could turn really evil. I'm glad he did not turn really evil. I'm so glad. Whoa. I can't believe he said that.
ไม่ต้องขอโทษหรอกพระเจ้า
I love it when someone gets down on their knees to apologize. Like, it just truly shows like how overcome with the emotions they are. It's a good direction choice from this show. See? I can be nice too. I can script doctor and be nice.
ก็เป็นแค่คนไร้เหตุผลบ้าอำนาจแล้วขอโทษนะ
Talking about this, I'm really happy.
กระหม่อมเป็นลูกของนักการเมืองที่ถูกส่งมาให้รับใช้ฝ่าบาทตั้งแต่เด็ก
Why are we learning this in the final episode? I'm glad we're learning it, but this should have been established way earlier. Like, literally the first thing I learned in, like, creative writing 101 class. Okay, maybe not the first thing, but one of the things I learned, and I will distinctly never forget it. Someone was critiquing, we had written a short story, and so they were, the professor, I think, was critiquing, we were having, like, writer's workshop or whatever, and in the climax of the story, right afterwards, I, like, lore dumped. And he was like, no. We don't want to be introducing new information like this far into the narrative. And ever since that moment, that has, like, stuck with me. And, you know, sometimes I debate, like, what is new information, to, you know what I mean, in the climax. But, like, that is key character backstory that we should have learned sooner. But I'm glad we learned it. I'm so glad they made up. I'm really glad they made up. And it's a good thing they have each other. And that they got away from Rajetta. I wish there had been more yelling at Rajetta involved. But I'm happy. While this... It's good. It's good. A happy ending, even if it feels a little rushed. But that's okay. I'll take it.
อังมินชอบที่เรียกพี่รันแบบนี้จัง
You might like calling him by that name, but I don't like it. It's like that meme that's like, make sure everybody is consenting, and it's person one, I consent, person B, I consent, and then the third person, I don't consent. Onk. Listen, ever since episode 1 or 2, whenever that was, y'all know I don't love that nickname. Hanan, why are you acting coy and surprised? I feel like he's scheming. Okay, Charan, what is this? They're having a competition. Who can tease the other more? I wonder who will fold first.
พี่เป็นห่วงนิน
Charan's like, yeah, I'm putting all the cards on the table now.
งั้นเราไปหาที่เงียบๆคุยเรื่องของเรากันดีกว่า
How very mature and communicative of them. Very mature of them, for sure.
สวยจริง
You are not looking at those stars. So when you say beautiful, we know who you're talking about.
ๆและคอยช่วยจำหน่ายชีวิตต่อสู้กับขั้วอำนาจเก่าเมื่อหลังจากนี้พี่รันอยากทำอะไร
I wonder... What... I have a feeling I know why Conan is asking this. But... Because I think Conan... I don't know. I don't know if he wants to stay. Which means it would be in a long-distance relationship.
แบบนั้นก็ดีครับ
Seems like he's sad. Conan... We only have... Oh my gosh, we have over 30 minutes left. Do you know you only have 30 minutes? We cannot have relationship conflict in the last 30 minutes. Please, no.
แล้วนินล่ะฉันบอกว่าคิดมา
Good job, Charan. He can always read Conan very, very well. That's like one of his skills. And that was a good idea that he just stepped in and asked.
จะกลับไปอยู่ที่อังกฤษ
That's what I thought. That's what I figured he would do. At least for a little while.
วันนี้อยากเป็นคนธรรมดา
So he's abdicating. Interesting. Wow. What are they all gonna do now that all the kids are abdicating? But I guess make it a democracy.
ยังครับพี่คิดว่า
I think he could have said I loved you when you were a prince.
อาจจะไม่เหมาะสมหรือไม่ถูกต้อง
Inappropriate. Why? Because of their power imbalance? They're both technically nobles. Charan, you better clear this up. What is this? Do you know you have 30 minutes? I'm gonna need them to clear this up. I'm too stressed now.
เจ้าชายคณินประกาศสละสถานะของตัวเอง
That's so interesting that to go back to school in a different country, he would have to rescind his title. Obviously, he doesn't want a title. But part of me thinks, like, even if he did still kind of want his title, he could just go to school and then come back. Whoa, wait. This didn't even... I'm an idiot. Net. I can't believe we're seeing Calvin. Honestly, at the beginning of this episode, I thought we would not see Petai and I thought we would not see Calvin. But we're here. Again, another surprise. What? Okay. I'm gonna be so happy about this, but at the same time, it feels really rushed. But at the same time, I'm happy. I can be multiple things at once.
ผมขอคุยกับคุณได้ไหม
Net's facial expressions, every time this man acts, his facial expressions just like, they are so beautiful and interesting to watch. And like, oh, he was made to yearn. He was made to yearn. That is why they're going to be amazing in Love Upon a Time.
ขอโทษนะที่ก่อนหน้านี้ผมปิดบังคุณว่าผมเป็นใครอะ
I wonder what caused Jay to be willing to hear him out. Was it Conan abdicating? Because that doesn't really feel connected.
แล้วคุณกลับมาที่นี่ได้ไงอะ
Why are you here? You messaged him. Can we talk? I get it. I'd drop everything too and show up.
แย่งชิงบัลลังก์กับพี่ชาย
Again. We are learning key information we should have learned about these characters earlier in the narrative. So he's I hate to say it like this, he's the spare to the throne. And obviously he's going to want to move to Emily so he can be near his future husband, Jay.
และผมก็ชอบคุณ
We're finally having the conversation. In the last episode, mind you, but I'll take it. I'm gonna be happy, okay? We can be happy about this.
ผมก็คิดเหมือนกันกับคุณนั่นแหละ
It's requited, yes. We got the first Net JJ kiss. That was so quick, but it was so sweet and very precious, and you know, it makes sense for the characters for it to be very quick.
มันจะมากเกินไปไหมพี่คะ
Hey, Dad, make sure to turn it into a democracy. Don't forget to do that. I just wonder if Taran, like, it just surprises me that Taran is willing to do this. But we'll see if he is. But it really does surprise me.
และประชาธิปไตยเป็นของประชาชน
Well, he's apparently pro-democracy. I want us to know how it plays out. The issue is I have so many questions. Are they going to establish like a Congress, a Senate? Will there be a president, or will someone be elected king? And what happens to the current nobility? Will it function similarly to England? Many questions.
ท่านจะมีอะไรค้างคาใจอยู่มาปรึกษาพ่อได้เสมอ
He's such a good dad. I'm so glad that like Conan and him have such a good relationship. It's great.
พี่เอาไปทำเป็นสร้อยมาให้นิน
That's really sweet. Okay, he looks really good with like rose gold jewelry on. Nunu. And I honestly think Nunu looks great with this hair color. It really suits him. Some people like cannot pull off different hair colors, or like sometimes even your natural hair color won't like, it has to do with like what undertones is what it's called. Nunu, every hair color I've seen him in has looked good on him. Like even blonde, and I feel like blonde is a really hard shade to pull off, because sometimes it can like wash people out, or you know but he pulls it off really well. But my favorite is definitely this auburn, I guess auburn reddish color.
ให้กระหม่อมตามไปด้วย
That's so unserious. Also, if he's rescinding his throne and they're getting rid of I hate to, not suspend my disbelief, but if they're getting rid of the royalty and he abdicated, How are they gonna afford to pay Shakri? It's fine. I think it's cute he's coming with him.
เขาไม่พูดราชาศัพท์โอเค
Oh, I don't know if Shakri can handle talking impolitely.
มานั่งด้วยกันสิครับ mate
Conan loves to tease people.
ดิฉัน
Listen, if Shakri can't handle it, don't torture him, Conan.
ไปแกล้งอะไรชาคลีเขาอีกลูก
What mischief? Exactly. Every time Conan does something, I'm always thinking, what mischief are you up to, man? It's one of the best things about his character.
เมื่อกี้ชาครีเบิ้ลไปตั้ง2 จานนี่
เลิกแกล้งคุณชาคีหรือยังเนี่ย
No, he hasn't. I never expect him to. If Conan stops causing mischief, something is wrong. They are so down bad.
อย่าจุ๊บ
ใกล้จะเป็นจริงแล้ว
What is he up to, Charan? You'll get to do it soon. Oh, just kidding. I didn't say anything. So you're gonna surprise him in London? Very romantic. Oh, my Charan? His contact is my Charan? Oh, it's not picking up because he's on the airplane. Trust. I'm telling you, he's not picking up because he's on the plane to London right now. I freaking knew it. I knew it! I'm a genius. No, I just sometimes am good at story beats. Sometimes. Not always. That was a great reaction. Definitely worth the surprise. Definitely makes the surprise worth it. They're reunited at last. And we still got over 20 minutes to go. When will he say I love you?
พี่ขอโทษที่ก่อนหน้านี้พี่ไม่ชัดเจนและทำให้นินโกรธ
Okay, Charan, I like where this is going. We're communicating, and I love communication.
ขอบพระ
He's
ทัย
like,
ฝ่าบาท
he's like, peace out. I'm gonna go to England, and me and your son are gonna live together.
ทำไมคนที่หนักแน่นในหน้าที่อย่างเจ้า ถึงมาขอสิ้นสุดสัญญา
Because he's in love with your son, and I think from what I'm picking up is that he feels it's inappropriate to be in love with your son when he's supposed to be his royal guard.
และทำตามหัวใจตนเองพะยะค่ะ
I am right.
ปล่อยให้คนที่เรารักรอนาน
Okay, Taran. And because Taran, just between us, you should never leave someone you love waiting. Just in case you needed to hear that yourself. That person also in London. Just in case. Yeah, just in case.
หน้าที่ของเจ้าตอนนี้ก็คือทำตามหัวใจตัวเอง
That's a great duty to have.
ไว้ดีที่สุด
Well, you have Dad's approval. Charan, go for it, man. You've got this. Yeah, his other dad and Shakri live in this house. Getting interrupted was kind of bound to happen. You think they're not gonna know what's going on when you guys open the door. Okay. I appreciate that you're trying. It's cute. Oh, it's so awkward. His face. He totally knew what they were up to. How do you think Conan introduces Shakri when they're like out and about? Does he like say, oh, Shakri's my bestie, or Shakri's my assistant? Like, how do you think he explains this to the people of London? I can feel like assistant would be what I would choose. Yeah, this is my assistant, Shakri, because it's kind of it's like the truth, you know? But clearly it's not like a besties relationship either. So it's like, maybe assistant would be the best thing to call it. Shakri's watching Naughty Babe. Shakri watching Naughty Babe. He's so real for that. Oh my god, is this like the canon thing in all Demundi series? At some point, somebody will be watching Naughty Babe on iQIYI. Because T-Rac's father and your Sky was watching Naughty Babe. I'm sure there's other examples we can find.
มีซีรีส์วายด้วยนะ
Shakri! Listen, I love him for this. He's so real. Shakri should be my bestie. In the house with Dad and Shakri. And before someone comments, Brilliant, how do you know what they're about to do? Listen, I would be so paranoid that the walls were thin. That would be my concern. Because I have something called anxiety.
พี่นันอยากไปไหนไหม
I think Sharon has one thing on his mind, and it is not going to the Tower of London to go on a historical walking tour. I can tell from his facial expression, it's a very different activity, but also involves some physicality. That's a lot of buttons to have to deal with. I would really like to know who directs these scenes. Do they have an intimacy coordinator?
Say please
Oh, Conan's crazy and I love him for it. Okay, listen, like I said, they're freaks too. In a good way. Okay, Conan, I have some major respect for that. I figured out what he's getting him to say please for. Just took me a second. My brain got there eventually. I know you're all surprised because my brain spends a lot of time in the gutter. And for some reason, it doesn't spend time in the gutter when we're watching an NC scene. My brain is in the gutter other times. Lots of things just happened. And they are reunited and they are happy and they are in love. So congratulations to Chiron and Conan. And listen, they found somebody to match their freak. And I love that for them. I think that's very important. Is he proposing? Oh my god, he is proposing. It's so funny. I was just about to ask, when are they getting married? Well,
แต่งงานกับพี่นะครับ
they're getting engaged. Wait, he hasn't said yes yet. Hold on. Well, congrats, Conan. You're getting married. And it was the guy you wanted. Congrats, man. Oh, that's so cute. I'm surprised they didn't take this as an opportunity to do like a royal wedding. Well, it's over. 14 episodes on this journey together. And I will try to keep it short because this took us a long time to get through, didn't it? I'm so sorry. I talked too much. What do I think? I think it's hard for me to immediately say what I think. There were some things that happened in the final episode, like, that I think should have happened earlier. And other things, vice versa. I'm glad we have some clarification on the political direction in which Emily is heading. I'm glad we got clarification on where all of the relationships ended up because I really thought we were not going to see Calvin and Jay again. I did not think we were going to see them again, and I didn't think we were going to see Pei-Tai. And so that was a really nice surprise that we got to see both of them, both ships. And same with Sharon and Conan. I'm glad their relationship is cleared up and they have a firm, like, a nice, like, bow together, tied up ending, if that makes sense. I like that because I was worried we would be left going, what happened? Also, allegedly, Emily is becoming a democracy, and I believe them. But I still have the question, does it mean that it's gonna function like England does? Because it does seem like Taran has power still. Who knows? And that might be beyond the scope of this show, right? So that's just a question I've been left with. I don't know. I think I would have liked to see, I mean, I guess Rajetta got punished because he lost his son, but he doesn't, I don't know if he cares about his son. I think he only cares about power. I liked that we saw that Taran was trying to do what was right with the power that he's given. I thought that was good. And I never doubted that he would try to do what's right because it seems like his character from the beginning has been very firm in his ways. And I do like to see, something I really like to see is that Charan was starting to take, like, more initiative and, like, advocate for things that he wants. And I really liked that. I felt like that was a good conclusion to his character arc. And Conan figuring out what he wants to do. Although I would like to have known if he was going to go back to Emily eventually. Because I feel like, well, I guess he is, because he said he's going to major in studying the environment, right? So maybe he'll go back and help with the environment there, which is a noble cause. But yeah, anyways, I'm trying to think. I still don't like what happened with Ava. And I don't know, I'm gonna I'm going to say this again. I think I would have liked it better if there was more, if team, like, characters coming together vibes. But that's okay. That vibe isn't for everybody, and they clearly didn't make that choice, so that's fine. But that is something that I would have liked to see, the different characters coming together to, like, take down the king or take down the Prince of Mina Nakarin. I don't know. Again, this is all just like my initial thoughts. Another thing is I felt like we didn't really address the pollution issue in the final episode. I guess they kind of did. I don't know. I feel like I wanted that plot line to follow through a bit more with, like, the protests, because are the protesters satisfied? You know what I mean? But Charan and Kanan, I'm so glad that they, like, found each other and found a way to communicate successfully, and now they're engaged and they're gonna get married and they have a happy ending, and so do Calvin J and Romeo and Peitai. So all three ships have a happy ending, and I am so happy that Charan and Kanan have their family's support, because I know that feels really great. I mean, I didn't doubt that that Kanan's dads would approve. I figured they would. But it was nice to have confirmation of that. Okay, if you made it this far in the video, amazing. Thank you for watching. Please leave a crown emoji down below, I guess, or a ring emoji for the engagement, and let me know what you thought about this episode and about the series overall. Do you feel like, even though this was a very long episode, it was very fast-paced? What are your thoughts about the series? Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys for the next series. So tune in. Bye!